dear students. Now we are going when we have done with the basic design concepts and the architecture style and architectural patterns. Then we have seen the issues with the design in the lecture called symptoms of rotting design. Finally, we can actually work on the interface designs. So in the first two part, we have seen the data design and the artificial design, and the third part is for interface designs. We are not going to cover component based designs in this course. So let us start with the basic interface designs concept. So before you actually start working or studying what is interface design and what are the concepts of interface designs, uh, we will pause this particular video here. We would like you to pause this video and find out what do you mean? Do you know the actual meaning of these terms called UI, UX, SCI, HIO, radio buttons, checkbox, affordance, text box, list box, combo box, and mobile responsiveness. So if you I wish everyone to just make a pause of this video, and then if you studied this video, then go ahead with the actual definitions. But most of you won't pause it, and they will actually go to a next screen for like checking what these things are. So we will also go ahead with this. But if you actually find out, you will never forget what these things are. And these are very important concepts when we talk about some of the concepts, not all the concepts. I'm not giving you all the concepts, but I'm giving you some of the concepts which actually are related to interface designs. So let us begin with these particular concepts. UI generally stands for user interface. Okay, the set of inputs and outputs that the user interacts with to invoke the functions of an application. So it is very general definition of user interface, and it says that it consists of a set of inputs and outputs that the user interacts with to invoke the functions of an application. So if you can think of, you're sitting on this computer and you want to open a folder, then what you will do is you will use a mouse, you will double click it on the set of inputs, and you will provide some inputs to this file in form of double click, and you expect that the folder will open in form of an output. Okay, this is how you interact with GUI, and we call it a graphical user interface when it has a graphics for that helps you to navigate. Now the second concept is called UX, and generally we will see advertisements like the company is looking for UX and UI pose roles. The UX stands for user experience, and it means that it covers all the aspects of a person's interaction with the software of application using action, responses, perception, and feelings. So a UX is a much broader concept than UI, and it generally it takes into account not only the action that he actually is going to uh, take care of events that he will be doing for the interaction. It also takes account of what responses you are getting, what is the language of the response the person will be seeing, whether it's appropriate or not, whether the thing actually means something to him, he able to understand what the response is. Second thing, whether the perception goes in line with the application, what was the perception of the customer, and what is the actual response of the application. If these two are in line, it is likely that the experience is very good. If the responses is coming in a way which goes against the perception, the experience is bad. Okay, and sometimes this what he actually feels is really if you make him feel good, he will keep on coming to your website or coming to your interface and using it. If he feels that this is not worth using it, he will never use that your particular layout or your interface. He will never come to your interface. So that's what is called as UX. The third thing called human computer interaction, which is HCI. Now, this is not a particular concept, it is a complete field of study which is concerned with the efficiency and effectiveness of user interfaces vis-a-vis a computer system, human-oriented inputs, output technology, and psychological aspects of user interfaces. Okay, so it is complete field of study and the CI, and in which it complete because it is field, it is concerned with all the things centered around human only. Okay, so how a human is going to perceive a computer, how are we going to use a computer, how what are the inputs and what are the output technology you are going to use, and what are the psychological aspects of the interfaces, whether he's going to like it, whether he doesn't like it. So you can say that this UI and UX are part of HCI only. And the content can you can see this content from this web link. This is the web link where these contents have been taken, and some of the content, not all the contents, but it is much more than what I'm explaining you here. I'm explaining only the important features of the interface designs here. The third thing is HIO, which is called Human Interface Objects. These are the icons and other objects on a screen that can be manipulated by the user and cause some actions to occur. Okay, that means you actually see certain icons, and the icon tells you the story. Okay, if you insert a CD in your computer, and you will see that on your drive you will actually see a CD icon coming up. You actually at the same time you understand that the CD is mounted in your drive. Okay, so if you actually are looking for a printer and the printer symbol is showing somewhere, you will find that printer symbol and understand this is a printer jobs. You can see whatever thing you want to see it here where it's a printer is being shown here. Okay, so these icons actually or the object actually tells you a lot of thing, and that can be manipulated by users, that can understand by the users and cause some actions to the user can take place. So you have to decide what human interface objects will be using and whether these objects actually convey certain meaning to the user itself. Third thing is, and the fourth thing is affordance. When the appearance of a specific control suggests its function visibility, when a control is visible, so the user knows it is available. The control providing immediate feedback to indicate that it is responding to the user. Okay, so this is when you know these things icons, you can actually understand what is affordance. So actually affordance means I actually see the icon and the icon changes as per the input is given. Okay, and then the immediate the control providing immediate feedback. The thing is, if the drive is empty, you will not see, you can see a disk drive, but it's on grayed out. Okay, once you insert a CD and CD actually is red, then the actual icon of CD comes up. That means it gives you the feedback that the CD is in the reading mode now. Okay, and something of that sort. So this affordance is something which you can tells you that actually something happening at the background, and the icons or the appearance changes. Then you have something called radio buttons. Radio buttons are a group of selection items that allows you only one item to be selected within a group of items. So if I have a particular six section and I have three radio buttons, you cannot select all three, right? You can select only one of these three. This is what it means. If you want to give you a particular choice and you want that only one should be selected, you have to use a radio button. Okay, but once you want to give you a choice and I want to select maximum of all you can select or any one of them, then you will be select giving you a checkbox. Okay, a group of selection item that allows either one, none, or many items to be selected within the group. Likewise, you will talk about text boxes, list boxes, and combo boxes. A text box is generally a rectangular box that accepts text typed on a keyboard or recognized from a speech output. You can actually speak like you do on Google search, or you can type it with the help of keyboard keypad. Then we come to a list box. A list box is another type of text box, but it contains a list of predefined data values. Okay, predefined data values are there in a list box. But in comparison to the list box, you have something called combo box. A combo box is also a text box that contains a predefined list of acceptable entries, but permits the user to enter a new value when the list doesn't contain the desired value. Okay, the combo box actually has an option to enter your own value. Okay, if you see that I have three options and I'm not satisfied these three options, I want to put my fourth option, so I can push my fourth option also if the UI is supporting combo box. So if your application requires user to read some of the options and select only those options, you will go for list box. But if the selection is such that he want to select one of the n options, but he can enter n plus one option also, then you will go for a combo box. Lastly, there's something called mobile responsive, designing a website so that the pages are responsive to the being displayed on a small and mobile devices also. So this is easy. You can see that today we design website not for only web pages. We will be maximum user uses these web pages, accesses these web pages over a mobile device. So that's what we actually go ahead with, development of mobile based developments, where we actually want to navigate the same page on the mobile device. But due to the nature of the device is smaller in size, you cannot create longer scroller bars, or you can vertical scrolling in that particular thing. How you're going to display and how you are going to include, you have to write one code. The same code, if opened from a web browser, it will show some different length and width, but when it opens in a particular mobile device, it goes with a different structure. So this is known as mobile responsive applications. So in the next lecture, we are going to actually start with the basic user interface designs. Thank you.